Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Yutes. We're going to start Daf Yutes with base on the bottom of the two dots. The Gemara says Choylitz v'Choltzim, talking about that the Kohen Gadol is able to do chalitza. He could do chalitza and he could do chalitza for his wife. So we didn't differentiate. That what? That he cannot do yibum. Right? The yibum is not allowed to do. I can do yibum. No, we do chalitza, you don't do yibum. He can do yibum. Why can't he do yibum? Because he cannot marry an almana. He can't marry a widow. So he has to do he's not able to do yibum. Says the Gemara, we didn't differentiate if the woman is mina erusin or mina nesuin. What's the difference between erusin and nesuin? If it's mina erusin, if it's from the time that she got engaged, so she is still a basula. She's still a virgin. She is just an almana. If she's mina nesuin, so this woman, meaning she lost her husband mina nesuin, so she's also a beula. Mayaf can mean if she's a basula or not. As Rashi says that mina nesuin is esse. You have esse lois esse. You have esse of basula. Yikach has to marry a basula, and that's basula. Basula v'loy beula. A woman who's a virgin, not a virgin, and there's a lot of almana lo yikach. So it says something like this: no difference between for the time of erusin and nesuin. There's no nesuin. The almanas for the nesuin have esse v'lois esse. There's a esse not to marry a besula, a beula, and a lois esse not to marry almano. You test them on top the first words. Esse marrying his brother's wife. Esse is not pushing away the esse lois to marry this woman. But if it's when it's only a lois because she's a almana. She's not a beula, she's a besula. So the esse shedoichet says the Gemara, Gzer b'yer rishayna oto b'yer shniyo. There's between the first beer and the second beer. Your first beer became a mitzvah. The second beer, there's no mitzvah. So the problem is that yes, the beer rishayna is right. You can do the beer rishayna. You can have that the first time to be with her, but the second time is a problem. Taya Me'achibor brings a price like that. In Kodmu Ubolu, if he did do beer rishayna, so then it's kanu. So the kaiman beer shnia. The problem is the beer shnia. So there I see that's the issue. The issue is not the beer rishayna. The issue is beer shnia. So mace that if he dies, he should not the machlekes if he follows the mace or he doesn't leave Beis Hamikdash. Torah bar Hamikdash lo yetze imoim, doesn't go out with them. Yetze hu b'achrei. Ketzar nichzim unigla niglo nichse. In other words, doesn't go out lehedju with them. The way Rameir said in the Mishnah, pshat is that he needs to always be not in the same street with them, because if in the same street he may become tummy. The Pesach, he goes to the entrance of the city. Shavit Ka'amar Yehuda said that how can he go out? It says min hamikdash lo yetze. So the Gemara how does he go home? Now leave Beis Hamikdash. And after going min hamikdash lo yetze migdusha so lo yetze. Make sure not to become tameh. Doing this in the city, make sure not to be in the same road as the mace. There is a kero lo yasle mik is not going to come touch it. Because he's so sad and upset about the mace, will come and touch it, therefore I don't rely on it. So much from the Gemara, the Reader's conclusion is that he agrees, not to leave Beis Hamikdash, he can go out home, so no, it's to leave Beis Hamikdash, but there's a problem, you have chashash, maybe it will come to me. So the Kishu Menachem, when he comforts, when he goes, passes in a shura, to be Menachem the Ovil, Zgan u'mashuach sha'ovar bi'minoi. So the Zgan is his second in command of the Kohen. U'mashuach sha'ovar is somebody that if when he went, he became a Kohen Gadol because this person was not able to be a Kohen Gadol. The mashuach sha'ovar is usual being in Yom Kippur. Not necessarily the first to discuss when it can be, but let's assume Yom Kippur is the easy one. You have a Kohen Gadol supposed to be a Kohen Gadol, and then he becomes Thomas, so you have to appoint another Kohen Gadol instead of him. And then the first Kohen Gadol comes back, so the original one goes down. That's called Mashuach Shover. It was Nimshach, to be a Kohen Gadol, but he's not a Kohen Gadol anymore. So this God is second command. Umashur Shalvar, they're both going to be in the right of the Kohen Gadol. For Rosh Beis Av, head of the Beis Av of the Kohanim of that week, V'avelim, V'cholam, they're all on his left. That's how you divide it. Make him in the middle to make him more chashuv. Keshuoyim and Beshur Misnachim, when he's an Ovel, he gets the Chumim. V'acheir from others. Zgan b'yamina, the Zgan is the one on his right. For Rosh Beis Av, V'cholam, Mismoil. Then everybody else is on his left. Mashur Shava lo yosigabed. Mashur Shava doesn't come. My taimo chal shadaiti asora kachadi be. Competition. Mashur Shalvar is one who was already a Kohen Gadol. So he's always there, waiting to replace the original Kohen Gadol. So we say when the Kohen Gadol is in Avelus, the Mashur Shalvar won't be there. The Kohen Gadol shouldn't feel, oh, this guy's very happy for me losing a member of my family, because he's waiting to replace me. So the Gemara, look from this Brisa three things. If you remember the Mishnah said that the one that's going next to him is the Memune, in charge. Here we call him the Zgan. So you see the Zgan, the vice, and Memune in charge, it's the same title. Also see from here the oval stands, everybody else is passing. How do we see that? Because because it says over there when he passes to be menachem, right? When he gets to Chumim, he's standing. So you see, the Oval is the one standing. Also, you see the Avelim on the small enough because when he's menachem, they're on his left. The Tosis brings over here also because it says Avelim mismoilo v'cholom. So the Avelim on his left, and all the on, or even the left of them. That's what Tosis learns. So it means that the on with the small of the Avelim. Now, this Gordon already addresses what we know today. The meaning is when a person, when you have Avelim, they cover the base first, they pass, the Avelim pass, you make two lines, and the Avelim pass in between, and everybody says, Tenuchom, right? So who's walking? The Avelim walking, we're not standing. And here we say the Avelim stand. So the Gemara says, the Avelim would stand, everybody would pass in front of them. For your base is probably Yerushalayim, this girls who the two families of Yerushalayim fighting each other. So Yisroves, Aniyoves Tchilo, Yisroves, Aniyoves Tchilo. Yisroves says, I'm going to be the one passing first. It was a huge fight. So they made the people stand, if Avelim or even the Avelim pass. Again, as we see many times in stories in the Gemara, this wasn't the reason, it was the simon. It was the simon of Yerushalayim that you have to do it a different way. Rabbi Yossi changed the meaning in Tzipori, made it back that Avelim were standing. Don't have a woman walking in the market, and her son should be behind her. Because son should always be in front of her. Why? Another story. What was the story? The story Rashi brings that they kidnapped the boy. She was going, and she didn't realize that the son was behind her. They kidnapped the boy. When she was looking for him, she got crazy. She was my child. Someone came to her and said, let me show you where your child is. They took her, and then they raped her. They took advantage of her. So what was the point? The point is, again, similar to what we said before. The Chazal said they saw a story, and they learned from the story Allah what to do. There's a yichud if a man is with two women. So how do you make sure when the women are in the bathroom, you don't want a man to go in and there's two women there alone, because it'll be yichud. So make sure the women talk to each other. I asked Abishai Rabbo in the base of Kvaras of Utzel. Probably ensure Pchuto Masor B'Yod Mashur needs to be at least 10 people. You don't count the Avelim as part of the 10. It doesn't matter what the meaning is, if they're standing or they're passing. So when he gets so it says in the Mishnah, they tell the Kohen Gadol, Anu kaparoscha, we're going to be your kapara. So then When he's Menachem, what does he say? In the Mishnah it says, he says, you get Nechama. Hey, Chidai, what's the case? When others are giving Nechama to him, he's telling you Sham Nechama? He's making them a bad omen. You have Nechama. That means they will need Nechama. Why is saying Nechama? They don't need Nechama. So meaning the one sentence in the Mishnah, Mishnah says, how does the Mishnah say? He says, I'm sorry, I apologize. I said that it's the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, they're quoting the Brisa that says that he says Hisnachamu. So the Brisa that says Hisnachamu is when he is Menachem them, not when he is an other. Continues the more according to Mishnah, Melech Ledan, the king cannot judge. It's only Melachim of Am Yisrael, right? Because we know that the Melucha split. After Shlomo HaMelech, the Melucha split, you have a small group, it's Shevet Yehuda, that Malchi Beis David. Then you have the larger group, which is Malchi Yisrael, the rest of the Shvatim. Says the Gemara, Malchi Beis David, Dan V'Dani Moiso. Malchi Beis David, you do have a judgment. You can do judgment. It says the Malchi Beis David, they judged. If they can't judge, if they can't be judged, they can't judge themselves. As we saw in the previous daf, you have to first of all take care of yourself before you take care of others. As we mentioned in the previous daf, in Shabbos, that the Pnei Menachem, the Ger Rebbe, says a beautiful idea. He says when it gets to physical needs, we know clearly the halacha. Halacha is when a person has one bottle of water, he's going in the desert, and he cannot feed himself and his friend, what do you say? First take care of myself. If there's water left, I give it to my friend. If not, you give it to yourself. He says the same thing works in Avodas Hashem. Before you give Mussar to the other one, first of all, take care of yourself. You have the capacity of giving Mussar, give it to yourself. After you give it to yourself, then take care of others. That's what Gemara says over here. First of all, take care of yourself. So if the king can't judge, if he can't be judged, how can he judge? Elamai does both. That's what we saw in the previous daf. Says the more so that's Malchi Beis David do both. Malchi Yisrael, my time Eloi. Why is Malchi Yisrael can't judge and now be judged? Again, a story. There was a slave of Yana the king, Kotol Nafshi, killed a person. Let's go judge him. They said to Yana Melech, your slave killed. So he said, okay, here's my slave. My slave is ready to be judged 100%. I'm abiding the law. They said to the king, you have to come as well. Why? It says when you kill the axe, you have to make sure the owner is there. So when you kill a slave, you have to make sure the owner is there as well. Also, he came and he sat. You have to stand up. Don't sit down. You're not standing in front of us. He's standing in front of Kodesh You're standing in front of Hashem. So Yana Melech got a little upset, got a little annoyed with Shimon Shepard. He says, I'm not listening to you. Ask your rabbis, your other friends, other rabbis in Beis Din, if they ask me to stand. So they wanted to be tested with Beis. Nifno liyaminoi. He looked to his right, Shimon Shetach, Kovshu, Pnei, Mekarko. They got embarrassed and they put their face into the ground. Nifno l'smoilo, Kovshu, Pnei, Mekarko. They're embarrassed, put their face in the ground. They didn't want to say to Yana Melech to stand up. They were afraid of him. You have thoughts, meaning you're scared. Right? You're scared. You have all kinds of cheshbonos why you don't want to tell the Yana Melech to stand. The ones who's the biggest Baal Machshava, Kadosh Baruch Hu, will punish him. Miyad ba Gavril v'chavto mekarka v'meisu. That way came Gavril and killed all the Chachamim. So he said, from here you learn the mice again, going back to the idea, all kinds of mice to teach you the siman. Siman is Malchi Beis Yisrael, They don't come, don't get judged, and therefore they are, there's no din by them. Because you see, because everybody to die. So they add over here in the side, if you don't even if you want to do chalitza. So even if you want to say that nasi can be moichel kavod, melech shemochat kvoid mochel. King cannot be moichel kavod. Shema soif tasim alecha melech shtei moso alecha. King you have to be afraid of. So more mitzvah shani. For a mitzvah you can be moichel kavod. So this is for the mitzvah of yibum, mitzvah of chalitza. The king can decide to do it. Very, very interesting. Tosis in the Amud Aleph, we speak about Yana Melech. He says a very big yisoid. He says, we know that a chacham can be moichel on his covet. Chacham shemochel poidik mochel. So the you see that a chacham's covet is less than a covet of a king. And how do we see it? So he says, why do we say that a chacham doesn't have to stand, that a king does have to stand? He brings it. The Gemara says that a chacham doesn't have to stand. A chacham is less than a king. How do you know a chacham is less than a king? Because a chacham can be moichel on his covet and a king cannot. Answers Tosfos, no. The covenant of a chacham is greater than a king. If so what is the reason that a chacham can be moichel? Says Tosfos the unbelievable yisoid. A king's covenant is not his own covenant. It's the covenant of Kodesh Baruch Hu. He's melech, is representing melech malchei hamlochim. But the chacham, it's his own covenant, Torah delay, his own Torah. So he has the ability to be moichel's covenant. Belongs to him. A king cannot be moichel because that's the concept of melech shemochel. Okay. So the Gemara. Says the Gemara, they noisim, you're not allowed to marry his wife. But the Mishnah said that a king can marry the wife of a king. Who was it? It was David who married the wife of Shaul. He did not marry the wife of Shaul, but women that are appropriate for Beis Hamelech. Meaning, it was the daughters of the king, not the wife of the king. Not the wife of the king, the daughters of the king. Because we know that David Melech married these, we'll see in the Gemara now, but there are two daughters of Shaul, and both daughters were somewhat connected to David Melech. Something more, Shaul told me the Hiach noso David shtei achayos b'chayei. How did David Melech marry two sisters? Amalei Michal achar misas Miriam Nesol. So he married both sisters, but he married one only after the other one died. It was not, he never married Miriam. It was Kiddush Tos. Shvad Nois Ishti is Michal Asharastin Miriam Plishtim. Give me Michal to tell Shaul. My Talmud, Papa Michal Ishti v'loy Miriam Ishti. The only real wife they have is one, is Michal, is not Miriam. My Kiddush Tos, what is Kiddush Tos? Shaul Melech said to whoever's going to kill Goliath, I'll give you my daughter. Also Katla, so came David Melech and killed Goliath. Amaloi Milvi Segaboy. The Kaddish of Milvi and Kodesh. He says, there's no money. How do you want to be the Kaddish? For Kiddushin, we learned in Masechtas Kiddushin. You need to give something. What did you give? It's a loan. It's an obligation. Shaul told whoever kills this person, I owe him. I'm going to pay a debt by giving him my daughter. It's a debt. You can't do Kiddush with a debt. Also, Yavil Adriel. So when Shaul Melech gave Miriam not to David Melech, but to Adriel. Only if you want Michal, then my next daughter, go and get 100 others question. Now, what was the story? Just to, I checked again the Novi inside, the Shmuel base. It's fascinating to read it, Shmuel Aleph actually. The story is, there was Goliath, this huge giant from the Plishtim that was going in Mechav, Malchus Yisrael, and basically says he's going to kill all the Jews. And it was very scary. And Shaul Melech is there at war, at the battle, and he says, I need to get rid of this giant. Who's going to do it? So David Melech says, I'll do it. Now David was a young shepherd. They thought he was not going to come to marry a Jew. So Shaul Melech said in the beginning, whoever's going to kill Goliath, I'll give him a lot of money, and he can marry my daughter. So David Melech goes, we know, with what's it called, the rock and that splinter, slingshot, and he goes and he kills Goliath. Shaul Melech did not want him as a son-in-law. He was a very, especially Shaul looked at David HaMelech as a downgraded person, a shepherd, a Moavi. He can't marry. He didn't want it. So he tells the Gemara says over here, he tells him, I can't give you my daughter because you want to do it's an obligation. It's not kedushin. You need to bring something to do it. Okay. So what should he do? Says the Navi. He told him, go give me 100 arlos, 100 arla of plishtim. Meaning, go kill 100 plishtim and bring the 100 arlos to me, and then I'll give you my wife, my daughter. And his intention was that David HaMelech probably be killed. Will be killed in that war. He's going to go kill 100 plishtim. He was going to kill 100 plishtim. They're going to kill him. So he won't have to give it to him. But David HaMelech succeeded. He did kill 100 plishtim. He brought him 100 arlos. So now Shaul HaMelech had no choice but to give him his daughter. So that's the story. So what it says, he says, so he brought in the 100 arlos. I owe you an obligation because you killed Goliath. And plus, you're bringing now the arlos. It's like a milvul pruta. Milvul pruta means when a person has, who owes money to Shimon, or let's say the daughter owes money, and plus, he gives her $1. So you say, what's your das? Your das is on the dollar, the das is on the alva. Show so milvul pruta daitel milve is das on the milve, you can't marry the milve. Fedovit sova milvul pruta daitel pruto. Is das on the pruta? So it's good kedusha. So that's why this goes to the next part of the story that eventually, that we'll see soon, Shaul took Michal, who was his daughter, he gave it to David, and he gave it to somebody else. He gave it to Palti ben Laish. Why? Because Shaul held it was not kedusha. Shaul knew that Pruta will work. He says, what are you giving me? Arla. Arla is worthless. What are you going to do with Arla? What's Arla? It's the piece of skin. What are you going to do with it? He said, no, it is worth something. You know what I can do with it? You give it to dogs and cats. So basically learns that they both were married. It's mayor of that first, then Michal. So what did they do with the pasuk? It says Ishti Mash, only one of them was his wife. Basically, the time and time, he learned Mikros Merovim, the mix-up of Mikros when things are in the wrong place to learn from their drasha. What do you learn over here? It's Armoinim with Mephibosheth, the Chamesh of Michal Sheyodo Ladiel Amichulos. It says in the pasuk, the king took all the children of Shaul, the grandchildren of Shaul. And it says over there, they took the 5 kids of Michal that were born to Adriel. Problem is, Adriel wasn't, as we saw a second ago, Adriel did not marry Michal. Adriel married Merav. The husband of Michal that Shaul gave her to, and that took away from David HaMelech was Palti ben Laish. He gave Merav to Adriel. So why does it say here that the children of Michal were born to Adriel? Elamakish Kedushim Merav leAdriel Kedushim Michal lePalti lePalti. Ma Kedushim Michal lePalti beAveiro. The Kedushim Palti, I mean the wife Michal, was married to David. She couldn't marry somebody else. It was a void Kedushim. Kedushim Merav leAdriel beAveiro wasn't a Kedushim. In other words, Merav was the rightful wife of David HaMelech. So the machlokes over here was the daughter Merav of Shaul. Was she the wife of David or not? One she told yes, they were both married to David, just married first. After she died, he married Michal, and the other one holds no. They never married Merav. It says that the 5 kids of Michal Bashol, who was the wife who was born to Adriel. Adriel wasn't her husband. Merav gave birth. Merav gave birth, and Michal raised him. Someone who raises an orphan considered to be as if he's his parent. So Michal was the one who raised the kids of Merav. And that's why it's considered to be like her kids. This is the Gemara brings all the drushes like this. Remember, Rus married Boaz, had a child, and it says the child was born to Naomi, who was her previous mother-in-law. Rus was the mother, and Rus is the one who gave birth, but Naomi is the one who raised it, the kid. That's why it's called the mother. That's the raya. Someone who raises the orphan is considered to be the mother. From here, Elibni Basya Bas Parer. So we're talking here about Basya. Basya, the daughter of Parer, ended up marrying who? Kolev ben Yifune. So Basya's Parer Shalokach married Zikolev, without a for marriage, Shemor Batz's Meraglim. He rebelled against the eights of the Meraglim. When it says the Ishtoim Yod is Yared is as Mugor Dash and Soit as Moshe Rabbeinu. So why do you say over here that Basio had birth to Moshe Rabbeinu? Ela Yocheved Yoldo Basio Gidlo. Yocheved gave birth. Basio is the one who raised Moshe Rabbeinu. I think I call Shmo. It says the children of Yaakov and Yosef. Yaakov gave birth to the kids. The Shvatim were the sons of Yaakov. Hello, Yaakov, Yolav, Yosef, Kilkil. Yaakov is the one who gave birth. He's the father. But Yosef is the one who gave Parnasa. I will learn this week's Pashas. I think it'll be cruel. Ashmoy. Tell him it's a person who raises somebody. Now we talk about someone who teaches Torah. As if he gave birth to them. Here are the children of Aaron and Moshe. They speak about the children of Aaron. Aaron Yolad, Aaron gave birth. Moshe limit, Moshe taught Torah. The figure Nikro Shmoy. Continues the Gemara in Dashas. L'chen koyomar Shem el beis Yaakov shepodos Avram. It says Yaakov Avinu redeemed Avram. What is Yaakov Avinu redeeming Avram? We redeemed him from Tsar Gidul Bani. What does it mean with Tsar Gidul Bani? What is it? So here's Machlokes Rashi Taisus. Rashi learns that Tsar Gidul Bani is that Avram was supposed to have the 12 Shvatim. But Yaakov was the one who had 12 Shvatim. So he took away the Tsar Gidul Bani of Avram. Says Taisus, that's not Tsar Gidul Bani. Having children, that's the biggest simcha. Talk about the tzoros that Yaakov had. Yosef, 22 years, all the tzoros that he had, and then going to Mitzrayim, that was supposed to go to Avram, and instead Yaakov took it. In other words, he won't be embarrassed of his father and his grandfather because he took upon himself all that they had to do. The Seder. I think that we'll do over here, we'll stop over here. And we'll start our Beis we'll learn the next daf tonight on the regular time that we have during the week. So we'll start Beis Hashem from this place in the daf of tonight. So in the meantime, have a wonderful day.